Listen. For those of you guys who are curious, your business should be generating you income. Good afternoon. Your business should be generating you income. And if it's not, you're doing something wrong, okay? You spend way too much time on these apps to not be generating income. Some of y'all on here for 4, 5, 6 hours. Am I telling a lie? Every time you post, every time you go live, every time you post pictures or stories, you should be building your business. If you're not, you're doing something wrong. Something else I need you to understand is this. Good afternoon. You should be building in revenue while you're asleep. Your business should be expanding while you're asleep. If it is not, you're doing something wrong. Listen, I'm manifesting a life for you where before you even get the eye boogers out your eyes, you're already sitting with deposits, okay? How about before you even brush your teeth? Amen, amen. If you're not, you're doing something wrong. But no worries, because I'm going to teach you how to get the business done right. I got you. Something else I need you to understand is this. Good afternoon. You only need one digital product in your store. You only need one. A lot of y'all are very confused, okay? You think you need about 10 products in your store. Make it make sense. You only need one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will change your entire life. How do I know? Because it changed mine. You guys, a lot of y'all have great ideas. A lot of y'all could be really bringing in the dough, but you live in fear, okay? You live in fear, and you see what it says right here? Fear is stealing your life from you. On this side of the internet, fear stands for fuck everything and run. Excuse my French, but that's what you're doing, okay? You are running from the business. You're running from the income. You're running from your goals and your dreams because you're so fearful of putting yourself out there and looking stupid. You're so fearful of people judging you. You're so fearful of failure, and all this fear that you have is keeping you stuck and is keeping you broke. Am I lying? If you do not let go of fear, thank you, Karen, you will continue to stay exactly where you are, which is not where you want to be. Hello. Now, what I want to know is this. Good afternoon. Who on this live is sick and tired of being sick and tired? If that is you, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Listen, I'm here to talk to executors, okay? We can't keep talking about what we're going to do. We have to actually do it. People who are truly sick and tired of being sick and tired, those are the people who are going to take action, okay? The key word of this live is going to be execution. Because a lot of y'all love to talk about what you're going to do, but you never do it. A lot of y'all are Monday, tomorrow, and you never do it. But the people who are truly sick and tired of being sick and tired, those are the people who are going to execute, and those are the people who I'm here to help. Good afternoon. Next, I want to know who on this live is fed up with living paycheck to paycheck. If that is you, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Good afternoon. If you are fed up with living paycheck to paycheck, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Believe it or not, a lot of people love living paycheck to paycheck. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. That's what they're used to. And their actions show themselves daily that that's what they love. See, people who are full of excuses, you love paycheck to paycheck because it's so easy to get up out of it, but you won't do it because you don't commit, because you live in fear, because you have excuses. So if you are truly sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat because I'm about to get you about that shit. Yes, I am about to get you right about it. And last but not least, I want to know who on this live has no idea what a digital product is. If you don't have a clue, go ahead and put me in the chat because I'm about to teach you. Listen, this is a judgment-free zone. It's okay to not know something. We all had a day one. We all had a day where we had 0 sales. We all didn't know something at some point in time. I've been doing this for 5 years, but there was a point in time I didn't know what a digital product was. I didn't have a clue. So if you don't know, go ahead and put me in the chat because I'm about to teach you. For those of y'all who have never seen my face before, good afternoon. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch. No, you do not need years of experience. You just need pen and paper and the will to execute. Okay, the key word of this live is execution, folks. You're going to hear me say it about 30,000 times because I got to make sure it sticks. Now, note takers are money makers. Note takers are money makers. You are human at the end of the day, right? you're bound to forget something because life be life and stress be stressing. But if you write the shit down that I tell you, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to them notes and get it done, okay? So if you are ready, good afternoon. If you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. Go ahead and put ready in the chat. Let's go, let's go. If you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. Go ahead and put ready in the chat. Let's go, TikTok. Let's go, let's go. And you see some readies in the chat. Also, you guys, if I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping that screen. Listen, let's get this word out, okay? Believe it or not, a lot of people hate living paycheck to paycheck. I promise you, it is not just you. A lot of people are looking for new opportunities, okay? So just like this live found you, let's allow this live to find other people. Very good, Law. Let's go, let's go. I should see some readies on this chat. Where you at? TikTok #1? I kid y'all not. TikTok #1, I always have more viewers on TikTok #1, and they are by far the most hard-headed audience. It never fails. I always have people on TikTok #1 who refuse to double tap. They ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna share nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing but sit here. Like I said, TikTok #1, I'm talking to you. If you have your pen and paper in hand, good afternoon, and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat because I'm ready to teach. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, TikTok #1, I will end this live. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I need to see some readies in the chat. TikTok #1, try me. Let's go, let's go. If you are ready for class to begin, I am ready to teach. But we have to get some readies in the chat. TikTok #1, we're going once. Try me. We're going twice. All right, y'all not ready. Thank you. All right, TikTok #2. Let's talk about it. Let's go, YouTube. We just gonna roll with what we got. So what the hell is a digital product and how will we make income? Very good, BMF. I told TikTok #1 I was not playing with them. I won't play it. What is a digital product and how will we build income? Let's talk about it. So a digital product is something you do not have physical possession of, all right? So think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession, right? It's all out in the cloud, okay? You are going to create something to sell. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, YouTube. You are going to create something to sell. And it could be anything. Please do not get in your head. There is something that you have skills in. There's something you have knowledge in. And that thing is what you're going to be monetizing. Listen, I've been doing this for 5 years, okay? When I first started, you guys, I lost over 100 pounds. Yes, that's a lot of weight, okay? I learned how to eat right. I learned how to exercise, and I changed my mindset. And what I did was I took that knowledge that I learned and I put it in an ebook. And what I love so much about digital products, you guys, is you only make it once. So I made an ebook one time and I resold it over and over and over again to people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight too, okay? So it could be anything, but fear is what is keeping you stuck. Stop overthinking the process and just get it done. You can even sell e-courses. So maybe you know how to do hair or makeup. You can record some videos teaching people how to do the thing and resell those videos. You could even do workbooks and journals. You could do private communities. Yes, BMF, that overthinking keeps you trapped, okay? There's so many things you could be doing. But again, get out your head and get into your bag. Now, I'm gonna give you guys 2 apps, not 1, but 2. And these apps will change your entire life if and only if you actually use them, meaning you have to execute. If you're ready for app #1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you are ready for app #1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Jasmine. I'm teaching you how to build your online business from scratch. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping that screen. Very good, YouTube. Let's go, let's go. Now, I'm gonna show you the app. Please, TikTok is acting a little crazy, all right? Do not put it in the chat. I'm gonna show it to you, write it down, take a screenshot, do what you gotta do, but please do not put it in the chat, okay? All right, app #1, here we go. Remember, note takers are money makers. Note takers are money makers. App #1, here we go. Right here, hello, CANVA, good afternoon. CANVA, let's go, let's go. CANVA, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is app #1, write it down. And we're going to talk about it. Let's go. So I already know a lot of y'all have this app. Some of y'all do use it. But my question is, are you using it for your business? Are you using it for your content? Because if the answer is no, we're going to start today. All right. Everything that you need, you can use Canva. Every last thing. So maybe you're going to start posting videos talking about your products, but you need some templates. You can get them off of there. Maybe you're going to finally start the YouTube channel. Y'all hear me tell you every day, get on YouTube. Maybe today you're going to listen. You can get your YouTube thumbnails off of there. Let's go. Maybe you want to sell a digital product, an ebook. They have hundreds and hundreds of ebook templates on there. You just have to use it, okay? Good afternoon. He said, yes, no digital products. So guess what you're going to start today? They have hundreds upon hundreds of ebook templates on there. You just have to use them, meaning you have to execute, okay? Now, what I know is this. A lot of y'all live in fear, and you're allowing fear to take over and try to convince you that you can't do this. Some of y'all are saying things like, well, Jazz, I'm too old. Jazz, it's too late. I'm not tech savvy. Let me explain something to you. First and foremost, it's never too late to build your online business. That's number one. As long as you woke up this morning, which you did because you're watching this live, you are right where you're supposed to be, okay? It is never too late until you were 6 feet under. So as long as you woke up, you have another opportunity to do something great. Number two, you are very tech savvy. I don't care how old you are. That's fear trying to convince you otherwise because you use technology every day. Yes, you do. You got your phone glued to your hip 24/7, true or false, okay? You will use that same technology that you know how to use to run your business. I don't want to hear it. You know how to use technology. Stop playing with me, okay? If you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. Let's go, let's go. If you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good afternoon. My name is Jasmine. I am teaching you how to build your online business from scratch. No, you do not need years of experience. You just need pen and paper, and you need the will to execute. If I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping that screen, like, comment, and share the live. The more we interact with this live, the more this live gets pushed to more people, okay? Let's go, let's go. Start double tapping that screen. TikTok number 1, where y'all at? I ended the live earlier. Try me again. I will end it. Don't play with me. App number 2, I'm not playing. App number 2, write it down. Same thing. I'm going to show it to you. But please do not put it in the chat. Just take your notes, take a screenshot, but don't put it in the chat, okay? All right, here we go. App number 2, right here, Chat GPT, right here, CHAT GPT. Good afternoon, CHAT GPT. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. App number 2. Now, some of y'all use this app. You're like, Jazz, I already got that. Good. I'm glad to hear it. But my question is, are you using this app to build your business? Are you using this app to help you with your content? Because if the answer is no, well, you're going to start today. Everything, and I mean everything that you need, you can ask chat for. Okay? So maybe you want to post videos, but you're not too sure what kind of videos to make. Ask Chat GPT. Maybe you want to do YouTube, but you're not too sure what to say in your YouTube videos. Did you know chat will literally write the entire script for you from beginning to end? Yes, this is life on easy mode. Let's go. Maybe you want to sell an ebook, okay? You want to make an online business. You're like, okay, let's go, Jazz. Did you know chat will literally write your entire ebook for you from beginning to end? If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I'm sitting right here in this chair. You guys, it has never been easier than today to build your online business, okay? When I first started 5 years ago, when I wrote that weight loss ebook, I had to use my brain. I had to use my English skills and my grammar skills and make my own ebook. That took me weeks. Now you can have an ebook in under 30 seconds. You have no excuse, okay? Not one. Now I gave you Canva, I gave you chat. Now we have to put it together and create the ebook. If you are ready, go ahead and put ready in the chat. If you do not have your pen and paper in hand, I promise you are doing yourself a disservice because I'm about to give you prompt number 1. We said the key word of this live is execution. Well, how can we execute if you don't even know what to do? Because I promise you in several hours, you're going to forget everything I said, and you're going to be sitting there looking confused, trying to figure out how to get it done. You have to execute. TikTok number 1. If you're ready, put ready in the chat. Let's go, let's go. Very good, BMF. Let's go, let's go. I should see some readies in the chat. Hello, hello. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Jasmine. Good afternoon. I am teaching you how to build your online business from scratch. If you're ready, put ready in the chat. Very good, Law. Let's go. TikTok number 1. I see you guys on here. I see 20 people on here. Not one person can put ready. Let's go. I'm not doing prompt number 1 until we get that in the chat. Hello, hello. Let's go, let's go. It takes 2 seconds to put ready in the chat, TikTok. Make it make sense. The more we engage with this live, the more we like, the more we comment, the more we share, the more this live gets pushed to more people, okay? It amazes me how many people want to be stingy with the information. Make it make sense. Let's go, let's go. TikTok number 1, I need you to put ready in the chat or I will end the live again. I did it earlier, I will do it again. Okay, y'all not ready. All right, we're gonna start. We're gonna keep it with TikTok number 2. TikTok number 1, they ain't ready for none. Let's go. So you're gonna open up your Chat GPT app. You're gonna open it up. You're gonna put in there, write this down. Prompt number 1. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. I'm gonna say it again. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. Let's go. If you got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, please ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed, y'all. No student of mine shall be left behind. This is your opportunity to ask. Let's go, let's go. Very good. Y'all got that. Going once, going twice. We move forward, not back. Okay, very good. Now you're gonna hit enter. You're gonna hit enter. Now, for those of y'all who are just tuning in, we said digital product could be anything. So we said it could be an ebook, it could be e-courses, workbooks, journals, guides, doesn't matter. Digital product just means digital. Now, how do we choose the digital product idea that's best for you? Okay, because we gotta understand, what's best for one person may not be best for somebody else. We're all different, okay? Write this on your paper. Anything at all that you want to be successful with, whatever success means to you, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong answer. Maybe success for you is peace, being able to sleep peacefully at night, not stressing about bills. Maybe success for you is freedom, being able to do what you want, when you want, and how you want to do it. Maybe success for you is a dollar amount, enough to live off of and then some. Whatever it is, in order for you to be successful, you have to be consistent. Go ahead and write that down and circle the word consistent 5,000 times, highlight it, underline it 1,000,000 times, because a lot of y'all are confused. You must be consistent if you want to be successful. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. See, some of y'all already tried an online business, but you failed because you refused to be consistent, okay? How is it that I was able to successfully lose 100 pounds? That's a lot of weight. Because I consistently ate less food and I consistently carried my ass in the gym. So I successfully lost weight, okay? You want a successful online business? You can have that. But that's gonna require you to be consistent, meaning you must show up for it every day. I don't care how you feel, I don't care. You want a successful business? You must be consistent. Now, let's make life easy, because life can be hard, right? I mean, you work in a job that you can't stand. Some of y'all live in paycheck to paycheck. It's hard. Let's make life easy for once, okay? It is so much easier for you to be consistent with something that you actually like, that you actually have experience in, a passion for, skills with, okay? I'm not trying to make your life harder than it already is, okay? She said, yes, it's difficult. I'm not trying to make it hard. Listen, it's hard to show up for something when you're not having fun. And then how are you going to be consistent? You're not. But if you choose something off of that list that chat gave you, then you'll be consistent because you're having fun and you're enjoying what you're doing, okay? You do not need to chase trends in 2025. You don't need to do it. There are people monetizing the silliest, stupidest things. As long as you show up, you're consistent, you're having fun, you're adding value, you will make a lot of money in any niche, okay? So don't chase no trends. Also write this on your paper. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. So as long as the energy's there, you're having fun, being consistent, helping people, I promise you without a doubt, being consistent, you will build a successful online business. Now, if chat gave you 10 things, you don't like other things it gave you, fine. Just ask for 10 more and keep asking for ideas until it gives you something that you want to use. It's as simple as that, okay? If you're ready for prompt number 2, put a 2 in the chat. Let's go, let's go. If you're ready for prompt number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good afternoon. My name is Jasmine. I'm teaching you how to build your online business from scratch. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping that screen, like, comment, and share the live. The more we interact with this live, the more this live gets pushed to more people. Believe it or not, a lot of people hate their job. They was ready to quit last week, okay? So just like this live found you, let's allow this opportunity for other people to find this live, get this information, okay? So prompt number 2, and just real quick, for those of y'all, maybe y'all seen me before, how was it I was able to create a successful weight loss and fitness brand? Yes, I've been doing this 5 years because I love weightlifting. I love eating healthy, okay? And because I love that, that's a part of my lifestyle. I have skills in it, knowledge, and a passion for it. It's so easy to show up posting content, teaching people how to do those things too, because it's what I love to do, okay? For those of y'all who follow my business content, how am I able to do that consistently? Teaching other people how to grow their business. Because I love talking business. I was ready to be an entrepreneur even before I was one, okay? I love giving people ideas. I love motivating people. And because it's what I love to do, it's so easy to show up and do it every day, okay? Okay. Now, once you choose the digital product idea you want to use, you'll put this in ChatGPT. Prompt number 2, write this down. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. I'm gonna say it again. Prompt number 2, write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. No student of mine shall be left behind. If you got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is your opportunity to ask. Closed mouths do not get fed. And don't you dare DM me, Jazz, can you repeat? No, I'm not repeating nothing. Because you had opportunity on this live to ask for it to be repeated. You chose not to take advantage, which is fine. You don't have to. But then respectfully, if you don't care, why the hell should I? Make it make sense. I can't care more than you. That's called imbalance. You're gonna hit enter. Very good, y'all got that, very good. Now you're gonna hit enter. This is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to build your online business because chat literally wrote it for you. Now all you have to do is copy and paste, that's it. You will copy what chat gave you and you will paste it into your Canva template. I can't make this up, okay? Like I told y'all, when I first started 5 years ago, I ain't know nothing about nobody AI. I had to use my brain. Today, in 2025, you don't need a brain. You just need ChatGPT. That's all. I can't make this up, okay? Now you're gonna go on Canva. In the search bar, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's gonna generate hundreds of templates for you. Just pick one. They're all 1000% customizable, okay? So you will copy and paste. You work harder at work. Am I lying? Okay? Copy, paste. Now write this on your paper. Remember, you're taking notes. Note takers are money makers. KISS, KISS. That's an acronym. That stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. See, a lot of y'all are master overthinkers. You overthink your whole life. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you're just overthinking. Stop. It's keeping you stuck. Don't do that, okay? When you're copying and pasting, just make sure it is clean, simple, and legible. That's it. Clean, simple, legible. Okay? When you are done copying and pasting, thank you everything, you will download it as a PDF file. So P as in Peter, D as in dog, F as in Franklin. You will then upload that file to your hosting site. Please write these down. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. And yes, there are plenty more hosting sites. These are some of the most popular ones, okay? If you got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. Let's go. If you got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. No student shall be left behind, not on my watch. If you need for it to be repeated, ask. Closed mouths do not get fed. The key word of this live is execution. How can we execute and you don't even know what to do? I promise you without a doubt by, what time is it, 4 o'clock? By 7 o'clock this evening, you're going to forget half of what I said. You're going to be sitting there like scratching your head like, what did that girl say? She said something about chat. Because you ain't take no notes. Because you ain't asked no questions. And that's why you're sitting there looking confused. Let's go. Very good. Y'all got that. Now listen. This is the beauty of having a coach, having a mentor. Is because they can teach you everything to do and not to do, all from their own experiences. Time is precious. You don't get time back. And a lot of y'all love to waste time because you're too ashamed to ask. Listen, I have made a lot of mistakes on my entrepreneurial journey. Lots and lots and lots. I got stories for years, okay? I've been doing this 5 years. I've also made a lot of money. One of the biggest lessons I learned in entrepreneurship is this. Write this down. Do not spend money until you make it. Some of y'all may be like, duh. No, it's not duh. Listen, if you didn't grow up in a household where financial literacy was taught, you're not gonna know that. You're not gonna know that. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because these hosting sites have fees, okay? See, I use Stan. I love Stan. Stan is great. But Stan is also extremely expensive, okay? Stan is $99 a month. That is high when you're just getting started, okay? Maybe today's your first day, okay? Well, you don't have any sales or traffic yet, right? If today's your first day, that's okay. We all had a day one. But then Stan is not for you. Don't start on Stan Store. That's not for you. You are going to start on Gumroad because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. Welcome, Sandy. They charge you 10% for every sale, okay? So that's a great place to start because until you make money, you don't have to spend it. Now, I have no doubt that you're going to make money because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you're going to execute. So you're going to bring it in, okay? When you do, then bring yourself over to Stan Store because Stan has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna, okay? Believe it or not, customers love payment plans. They love them. And if you have a payment plan on your site, trust me when I tell you, you will make more money. But for now, just start on Gumroads. Build it up and then carry yourself over to Stan, okay? Now, we talked about how to create the product. We used Canva, chat, put it together, made a digital product, boom, boom, boom. Well, now we got to sell it. We got to sell it, y'all. And I'm not going to lie to you. Sales is 80% of your business. So we got to get sales right. If we ain't got it right, you ain't going to sell nothing. But before we get into sales, I need to make something extremely clear to you. That process of copying and pasting, Canva, chat, boom, 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 that should not take you longer than 2 hours. Respectfully, it shouldn't take you longer than 1. Now, I'm going to give you some grace. I'm going to give you 2, okay? I don't care how old you are. You could be 85 years old. Still shouldn't take you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. Stop playing with me. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours, we have a serious problem. One of the problems that you might be experiencing, I used to deal with this too, is your need to be perfect. Let me guess, you're just a perfectionist, right? So everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You're the person that's going to sit on an idea for 6 months because you got to overthink. It's got to be perfect, right? Then when you do decide to get started, you're going to start, stop, overthink, take things out, put things back, ask 1,010,000 questions and still not get it done. Then you're going to waste 3 more months because you just got to overthink some more, right? And then before you actually decide to finish it, you're going to go ask 20 people who don't even run a business what they think you should do with yours. Make it make sense. And then when they give you their opinion, you care. And then you're going to overanalyze some more and still not get anywhere. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and nothing has happened. If you identify as a perfectionist, OCD, the chat, because I need to talk to you. This is a judgment-free zone. If you identify as a perfectionist, overthinker, OCD, whatever the hell you want to call it, I don't care. Go ahead and put guilty in the chat because we need to have a serious conversation. Just twirling in a circle. Yes, ain't getting nowhere. Make it make sense. Listen, what I need you to understand is this. Error or bad news, but sometimes that's just what I do best. Listen, you are not perfect. Ain't shit perfect about you. You are flawed, okay? But that's okay, because I'm not perfect either. I'm flawed, okay? We are all perfectly imperfect. It's scary, okay? You're scared. You're living in fear. On this side of the internet, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and you're running. It's so crazy to me because a lot of y'all have like really good ideas. I listen to your ideas all the time. Y'all have great ideas, but you're living in fear, okay? You're so fearful of putting yourself out there and failing. You're so fearful of trying something new and people talking about you. You're so fearful of not getting views and not getting sales that you just sit there in nothingness and you don't do anything. And the reason why we overthink and try to be perfect, really, that's just a form of self-sabotage. That's what you're doing. You are subconsciously self-sabotaging yourself. And the reason we self-sabotage in the first place is because you don't like the feelings of disappointment. Your little ego can't handle it, okay? The feeling of putting yourself out there and not getting the results that you want, you don't like that disappointment feeling. You don't like that shame and that guilt. So you just make up all these little excuses in your head. Oh, the product's not ready yet. Because you're really just trying to protect yourself from the feelings of disappointment. Self-sabotage. But you already told me earlier that you hate your job. You already told me that you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You are tired of feeling overworked and underpaid. But every day that you live this life that you're not happy with is another day that you live in disappointment. Listen, on this live, I'm trying to help you build a business, okay? We're not building hobbies over here. We're building businesses, big business, okay? But in order to have a big business, you're gonna have to have sales. But how can you have sales when you don't have anything to sell? People can't give you their money if you don't have anything for them in return. So you are going to have to launch, even if it's not perfect, because it will never be. And understand it will get better along the way. All of your favorite businesses that you spend your money with today got better along the way. Look at Netflix. I don't know how old you are, but Netflix did not always have an app. They were not always doing pay-per-views. They did not always have comedy specials. They used to send you DVDs. You used to have to go on your computer, Netflix.com, and create a list of all the movies that you wanted to see. And these movies at the time were movies that were in theaters. They didn't have no Netflix original series. No, they didn't. They were sending you movies that was in theaters once upon a time. And you made your list, and they would send you a DVD. You would watch it, and then you had to send it back before they gave you the next one. Now look at them. They got original series. They got Emmy movies. They got the works. It got better along the way. They got Grammy nominated movies on there now. Look at Amazon. I don't know how old you are, but Amazon did not always have Prime. They didn't always have Prime days. No. They weren't always doing 2-day shipping. They used to send textbooks to college kids. That's what they were selling, textbooks. Yes, they was. But guess what? They got better along the way. Look at Tesla. It used to be rare to see a Tesla on the street. Now you can't even go 5 minutes down the road without seeing about 20 Teslas. Now they got Cybertrucks. It got better along the way. Your product will get better along the way too. But you're gonna have to launch it. You ain't got a choice. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words and make this ebook is because you are distracted AF. You are so distracted. You're doing everything except the one thing that'll change your whole life. See, when you have free time, you're not working on your business. No, you're not. You're watching Netflix movies for hours. You are binge watching Tyler Perry films. Listen, Tyler Perry is already rich. When you get off work, you're not working on the business. You're sitting on the phone gossiping with your girlfriends. Y'all not talking about nothing productive. No business, no content, no nothing. No self-improvement, no nothing. Y'all are talking about celebrity gossip. Who got shot and who's pregnant with who. Late at night when you should be asleep so you can have 8 hours of sleep so you can be rested the next day, you're scrolling social media. You're laughing at funny videos, sending them back and forth in the group chat. Listen, ain't shit funny about living paycheck to paycheck. Again, you're doing all the things except the one thing that'll change your life. These are distractions. And the reason why we distract ourselves in the first place, it's a form of escapism. See, there's nothing wrong with watching one movie. There's nothing wrong with that. But you watch movies for hours. There's nothing wrong with spending a few minutes on social media. You're on social media for hours. That's escapism. And the reason why we try to escape is because we're trying to escape a life we're not 1000% happy with. But what I want to challenge you to do today, instead of spending time distracting and trying to escape, how about we just lock in for once and create a life that we no longer feel the need to escape from? Turn the TV off. That's what you're going to do today, not tomorrow, not Monday, today. Turn the TV off. Put the phone on do not disturb. Tell your little girlfriends you'll call them later. You have a business to build. You're going to sit your ass down in your house, not at Starbucks, because somehow you get distracted there. Stop playing with me. You're going to sit down at home. You are going to start the product and you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because you don't never come back. You're going to start it. You're going to finish it. You got 2 hours. That's it. If we are crystal clear on that, go ahead and put clear in the chat. Because listen, there is no point in talking about sales if you ain't got nothing to sell. She said, yes, I'm talking to you good. We got 2 hours to lock it on this ebook. If we are crystal clear on those instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat, because there ain't no point in talking about nobody's sales if you don't have anything to sell. It don't even make sense. Thank you, Cheek. Now, these sales tips that I'm going to give you are going to require you to put in work, okay? Sales is 80% of the business, so we got to get this right. You don't have a choice. And if you don't make sales, you don't have a business. You have a hobby. We're building businesses on this live, okay? And I'm going to be honest. Thank you, Cheek. Most people fail at sales. Listen, I'm going to always tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Most people fail here. They're not failing on the ebook portion. No, that's not the problem. They're failing here at sales. And it's not for the reasons that you think. See, you're probably in your head like, oh my God, it's because sales is so hard. No, it's not. Sales is actually the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. But you make it hard. Your mindset makes sales hard. The excuses that you have, of course it's going to be hard. The I can't do it attitude, yeah, that makes it hard. The procrastinating, of course that's going to make it hard. You make sales hard, but sales is actually the easiest thing you could ever do. People's mindset is what makes sales hard because they say silly things to themselves like, well, Jazz, I'm not a salesperson. What if I talk about my product too much and people think I'm begging them for money? What if people unfollow me because I'm talking about my product too much? I don't want to be annoying. Okay. If we're going to sell anything, we got to first fix our thought process when it comes to sales. Okay? First of all, I got over my rejection anxiety. Very good. First of all, what I need us to understand is this. Selling is not begging. Selling is solving. You have a solution to people's problem. You're not begging anyone for anything. So whoever told you that, stop talking to them. They're sabotaging you, okay? You're not begging. Number two, people today have very short attention spans, very short. They're not thinking about you. Someone could watch your video from beginning to end, and I promise you 5 minutes later, they forgot 99.9% of what you said. They don't remember nothing you was talking about. I already know this. That's why I keep telling you to take notes. Why do you think I've said multiple times the key word of this live is execution? Because I know you're going to forget. You have to talk about your product every day if you want people to remember. You don't have a choice. Because people are not thinking about you. They're not checking for you. You have to remind them every day that you exist. And if you don't do that, you won't sell anything. I promise you. Some of y'all know that to be true because you're struggling to make sales. Your last post was 2 weeks ago. Look at Fashion Nova. It's 4 o'clock my time. You know I done got about 15 text messages telling me about the same 20% off sale that they got going on every week. And when I check my emails, I got about 10 emails from them telling me it's free overnight shipping. This is all within 24 hours. They're not worried about being annoying. They know they're annoying. They know, but they don't care. They gonna make sure I know it's time to buy. For those of y'all who have seen me before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. Okay, I'm all over the internet. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere. How is it that I'm able to talk about Glow Up Academy every day and not worry about being annoying? Not worry about people think I'm begging them for money? Because I have a solution to people's problem. That's how. People want to learn how to build their online business. I teach them. People want to learn how to build their platforms, grow their followings. I teach them, all in Glow Up Academy. I'm not begging anyone for anything. People want to learn how to be confident in themselves and believe in themselves and fix their mindset so they can actually reach their goals. I teach them, all in Glow Up Academy. I have a solution to people's problems. They either want to change their life or they don't. If they unfollow me, who cares? They'll be replaced. And because I have that attitude with my products and services, I sell. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. I think all of us are Prime members. Prime Day just ended. You think before Prime Day got started, they were sitting in their marketing office saying, you know what? Even though it's Prime Day and we're about to save people so much money, how about this time we don't make any commercials? Let's not make any Prime Day commercials. No, because we don't want to be annoying. We don't want people to think that we're begging them for money. And the last thing we want is for people to unsubscribe from their Prime membership and just mess up our entire business model. So how about this time, no commercials? Please. They made their commercials and they put them in your face. You saw those Prime Day commercials on cable TV. You saw them on Instagram. You saw them on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. You saw them commercials everywhere. They even put the advertisements on Amazon.com because they know they have a solution to your problem. You're lazy and you want convenience. You're not trying to carry no heavy stuff from the store to your house. And you want your stuff delivered within 24 to 48 hours. And because they know that, they do that, and you buy. So if Amazon can have that energy with their products and services, and Fashion Nova can have that with theirs, and I can have that with mine, you are going to have that with yours if you want to make money online. Now let's go ahead and talk about sales. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Good morning, or excuse me, good afternoon. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good afternoon. My name is Jasmine. I'm teaching you how to build an online business from scratch. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping that screen. Be sure to like, comment, and share the live. The more we interact with this live, the more this live gets pushed to more people, okay? Now, these sales tips that I give you are gonna require you to put in work. Oh! Oh, you thought I was serving quick fixes? Oh, you thought I was serving cheat codes? You thought you weren't gonna have to do nothing and the sales was just gonna come in. You weren't gonna have to put in no work. Oh, that's so cute. No, you're gonna have to show up for your business. I'm not serving quick fixes. They don't exist. Have you found one yet? Because I know you've been looking. No. You still ain't found one. You are gonna have to show up for your business. The way you show up for that job and you bust your ass for that job to build someone else's business, you're gonna have to bust your ass to build yours. Yeah, you sure will. You don't wanna do it? Fine, don't. Whatever. Sales tip one more thing. A lot of times, the reason why you're so afraid to even start your online business in the first place, the reason why you're so afraid to post content in the first place, is because you're afraid to fail. You have this fear of failure. And that word failure is engraved in your head. But a lot of y'all are confused as to what failure even means. See, a lot of y'all think failure exists when you launch your first ebook, and if you're not a millionaire in 48 hours, then you failed. A lot of y'all think that if you post your first TikTok video and you don't get 50,000 followers in 10 minutes and you failed. That's not failure. Failure exists when you quit, okay? When you throw in the towel and you say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. That is when you have officially failed. But if every single day you commit to just getting a little bit better, I'm not even asking for a lot. Just commit to getting a little better every single day. Executing one small thing that you didn't do yesterday. As long as you do that, that's not failure. Because you're still committed to the goal. You're still trying. You're still showing up, even if it's hard. So for those of y'all who are so afraid to fail, just don't quit. Now you don't have to worry about it. Sales tip number 1. Write this down. Content is king, and distribution is queen. Content is king, and distribution is queen. So let's break this down so it makes the most sense. The content is king portion. My ultimate goal for you is to have you posting every day. That's the goal. Now, before you freak out, because I know some of y'all, your head is spinning, girl, every day. Listen, this is a marathon, not a sprint, okay? You're on an entrepreneurial journey. When I first started, I promised you I was not posting every day. What did we say? We're gonna work on getting a little bit better every single day, okay? Just know that's a goal you're working towards. You're working towards posting every day. Some of y'all are camera shy, right? I used to be camera shy. So obviously you can't post every day yet till you get about that camera shyness. No worries, I'm gonna get you right. If you work with me, you won't be camera shy for long, I promise you that, okay? Some of y'all are not necessarily camera shy. You'll record the video, you'll even edit the video, but then you let it sit in your drafts because you're just so terrified to hit upload. No worries, I'm gonna get you right about that, I promise you, okay? But no matter where you're at in your journey, it doesn't matter. Just know you're working towards every day. That's the goal. And not only will you work on posting every day, you will also be building a bare minimum of 3 platforms. That's the distribution is queen part. Building 3 platforms. Well, why 3, Jazz? Because 1 is too close to none, that's why. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You'd be sitting there freaking out, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay that rent. If you put all your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it, what would you do? You'd be sitting there freaking out like all the other TikTokers who only had their eggs in a TikTok basket. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. I make a lot of money on TikTok. I sure do. But I also make a lot of money on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. So respectfully, I didn't care about this app. I always teach my students, we have got to stay proactive so that you never have to be reactive. In other words, we're gonna stay ready so we never have to get ready. Now, before you freak out, it's not hard to post on multiple platforms. It's really not. Get out your head. The same exact video you put on TikTok, thank you, Kofi, you will put that video on YouTube and Instagram. The same video. And if you want to be extra ambitious, put it on Facebook too. There's lots of money on Facebook. Okay? Now, which platform should you grow? Well, that's up to you. I always tell people, start with your favorite platform. So if you're always on TikTok, start on TikTok. Obviously, you like the app because you're always here. If you love YouTube, start on YouTube and then build 2 more. But let me tell you this. YouTube is the most watched platform. It's not TikTok. YouTube has replaced cable TV. YouTube also pays more for views than TikTok and Instagram. Now, YouTube is slow growth. It has taken me years to get my YouTube to where it is today. YouTube is something that you just have to keep working on. It just is what it is. But what else you got to do? You ain't got nothing but time. Because if you're not spending your time working on your business, you spending time wasting it. Make it make sense. You ain't got nothing but time. YouTube is something you're just gonna have to keep showing up for. Just keep posting, just keep putting in the work, keep laying the foundation. But I promise you, when it hits, it hits. And you're gonna be so proud of yourself and so happy that you just stuck with it. All of your favorite YouTubers who are killing it on YouTube are 8+ years deep. See, when you're trying to run a business, we gotta change our mindset. A broke mindset is, what can I do today to get me quick results tomorrow? You realize that never really works out? It never works. When you're a business owner, it's what can I do today and tomorrow and next week and next month that's going to get me results in my future. You need to have a future mindset, not a tomorrow mindset. Okay? Now, I know a lot of you guys, this is a lot. I already know. Before we even get into number 2, I know I'm overwhelming some of y'all. Some of y'all's heads is spinning. And you're letting fear take over and trying to convince you that you can't do this. You're saying things like, Jazz, this sounds like a lot. I don't know if I can do this. First, you just said copy and paste, but now you're telling me to post daily. You're telling me to start a YouTube channel, but I won't see no money for that for years. You're telling me to do all these things, and honestly, I don't even know if I can do this anymore. This sounds hard. I don't know. Okay. Well, before you run away from yourself, okay, before you run away from your dreams, just hold on. I'm not the coach that's going to try to convince you of anything. I'm not going to convince you. So if you think it's hard, I'm going to let you think that. You want to call all this hard? Fine. You're right. It's hard. Happy? It's hard. But let me remind you of something. You're already doing hard stuff every day. Going to a job that you hate every day is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck, robbing Patrice to pay Paula is hard. And you do that week after week. Not being able to sleep peacefully at night because you're so stressed about bills. That's hard. But if you're not careful, fear will literally have you believe that you can't do any of this. Meanwhile, you're doing something harder every day. There was something that you overcame in your life, whether it was your childhood, your teenage years, young adult years, shit, it could have been something last month. And in that moment, you didn't believe you would see it through. You were probably begging God for a way out. You probably didn't even think that you would be able to overcome what you were going through, but you overcame it. Meanwhile, you're sitting here now trying to second guess your ability to post a 30-second TikTok reel. Meanwhile, you're sitting here today trying to overthink if you can even copy and paste some words that AI gave you into a Canva template. You're literally allowing fear convince you that you can't record a 10-minute YouTube video and hit upload. Meanwhile, you're going to a job that leaves you drained and overworked and underpaid every single day. You don't even give yourself credit for all the things that you overcome daily. But you think you can't do this? You guys, there are people on this internet, I don't have to tell you, you see it for yourself, who are in worse off situations than you. And they're building their online business. There are women with more kids than you getting it done. You see it for yourself. There are people with serious disabilities. Sure, maybe you have ADHD, okay. There are people in freaking wheelchairs building their business. But that's what fear will do. Fear will convince you you can't do it. And you let it every day. Listen, my online business changed my whole life. Whole life. I've been doing this for 5 years. I have been blessed. I have made more money than I ever thought possible, just from my cell phone and my damn laptop. I have peace. I'm no longer stressing about how I'm gonna pay my lights before they cut them off. Been there, done that multiple times. I have freedom now. I do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I'm not asking for permission to leave work early, come late. No. But before all of this, I lived a totally different life. Before COVID, I used to work a 9 to 5. And I was so excited when I got that job, y'all. So excited. I was 23. Because that was my first full-time job with benefits. 401k packages, PTO, the works. Okay, the works. 401k plans, everything. See, I had worked as long as I was allowed to work. So from 16 up, I always had a job. But not a full-time job. I had bullshit jobs like McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A. I worked every fast food place under the sun, okay? But when I got this full-time job, oh, I thought I had arrived. I was ready to adult. And they were gonna be paying me $60K a year. That was before inflation. I didn't have no kids. That was more than what I was used to, so I thought I had arrived. See, I bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us, okay? Go to college, get a 4-year degree, accrue a whole bunch of student loan debt you're not gonna be able to pay back, get a great job, work for 30, 40 years, contribute to Social Security so when it's your time to retire at 5 now? I said, okay. Sounds like a plan. That's what everybody else is doing. My mom is telling me to do it. Guess I got to go out here and go to college. So that's exactly what I did. Went and got my 4-year degree. Don't even know where it is. Somewhere around here. I ain't seen that shit in years. Got my degree. Accrued a whole bunch of student loan debt. Got a good job. So now that I got this good job, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna move out of my mom's house. I'm an adult. I'm tired of her rules. I'm ready to have my own rules. So I went and got an apartment. First apartment. And I couldn't stop there, okay? I had to do what all Americans do. Most Americans do this, okay? It's just the American way. I had to go get a car payment. Oh yeah. See, I had a car that was fully paid off, okay? No payments. But it wasn't giving adult, okay? It was old, it made noises. It got me from point A to point B, sure. But it didn't have leather seats, it didn't have push to start. You know the vibes. It just wasn't cutting it. So I had to get a brand new car, top of the line. I got me a Dodge Charger. Couldn't tell me shit, okay? Well, now I got a $450 a month car payment. And with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and higher gas. So by the time I'm paying all these bills, the math ain't mathin'. I'm broke as hell. Broke is a joke. I had another problem. Not only was I broke, busted, and disgusted, I also had to start paying back them daggone student loans. Yeah. See, I thought they were just playing. No, they're serious. Sally Mae's not playing with you. She wants her money, okay? They put me on a repayment plan, and they base it off of your income. For some reason, they thought I could afford $450 a month. That's the number they came up with. I don't know how they got there, but that's what they said. And they wasn't negotiating. I couldn't afford it. I had 11 student loan accounts lumped under one monthly payment of $450. Every month that I didn't pay those student loans, which was every month because I literally didn't have it, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, y'all, I can't make this up, I had 121 missed payments on my credit over some damn student loans. 121 missed payments. My credit was shot. Can you say 520? So I'm broke as hell, living paycheck to paycheck. I have really bad credit. I had one last problem, all at 23. I hated my job. College didn't prepare me for corporate America. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up very sheltered, okay? I didn't know too much. I was pretty naive and pretty green, okay? I didn't realize how fake people were until I got to corporate America. See, in fast food jobs, it's obvious who doesn't like you. There's really no level of professionalism there, right? It's just kind of like, I don't like you, you don't like me, we're gonna have an attitude to each other, it's fine, it's just the way it is. It's accepted, okay? But in corporate America, no. Different type of ball game, okay? Corporate America, it's like you don't know who's who. You don't know who's plotting against you, okay? Because they confuse the hell out you. See, we were doing Secret Santas and Thanksgiving potlucks. We were doing team bondings, and you know they'll even invite you to their wedding? Yeah, they'll invite you to their wedding, but they don't like you. They'll invite you to happy hour, but they don't like you. I didn't realize how fake people were until I got there. They'll smile in your face, ask you how your weekend's going, really make you feel like they're your friends. Oh no, those not your friends. They will backstab you quick, fast, and in a hurry to get a promotion. They will send emails to management trying to get you fired when they just had lunch with you. I was not prepared. And just so you know, I worked with all women. And I was the youngest one there. Youngest one. 6 months into having that job, I was ready to quit. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get the hell out. Nobody was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. I kept getting email after email. You know the one. Thank you so much for your application. However, we've decided to pursue other candidates. For the first time in my life, I felt trapped. I'm broke. I have bad credit. I have a job that I hate. I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what trapped feels like, consider yourself blessed. But let me give you some context. Trapped feels like no matter what you do, it's not going to get better. It's like it doesn't matter how many prayers you pray, it's like God don't hear you. It's like no matter how hard you try to have a positive mindset, it's nothing but negative shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Every day, week after week, year after year. I became extremely depressed, extremely anxious. I became paranoid. I thought they were trying to fire me. You ever been paranoid at a job? Where anytime they call your name, anytime they say something, you think they're about to fire you, like this is the moment, like this is it, and then your whole life is going to shits? That's how I felt. I used to pull up at that job every day and cry, just begging God, Lord, please don't let anyone mess with me today. I just want to go in here, do my job, and get out. And to deal with how depressed I was with my life, I started drinking. See, it got to the point I couldn't even drink. I couldn't even sleep at night. I couldn't even sleep. So I had to drink to go to bed. At first, it was just a few drinks a week, just to calm my nerves. But that quickly spiraled out of control. I was drinking every day. Every day. I was an alcoholic at 24. I had all this life to live. And at 24, I'm depressed. The reason why I'm telling you this is because if anything in my story resonates with you, you're already doing something hard. See, fortunately for me, I was only there for 6 years. I quit at 29. 6 years. Some of y'all have been living like that for 10 years. Some of y'all have been living like that for 20 years. I had a woman join Glow Up Academy. You know, she had been at her toxic ass job, the same job, for 35 years. 35 years. Hated every day of it for 35 years. You guys, these jobs drain you of your energy to the point where you don't have no damn energy. They take and take and take every day. They have you overworked and underpaid. You bring those companies millions, just for them to turn around and only give you a 2% annual raise? Really? And that's who you're faithful to. Because of some benefits. You paid for the benefits. Your labor pays for those benefits. They're not giving you anything. But fear convinces you that that's the only way. It's not the only way. And you see it for yourself. All these hours that you spend on social media, you see it for yourself. You see people who are not even half as talented as you, building whole empires from their cell phone. You guys, if I can do this, you can do it too. And let me just say one more thing before we move forward. I just got to make sure we're clear. If you spend 8 hours or more at work, if your shift is 8 hours or longer, I hope you realize you spend more time with people that you don't even like than you do with your own family that's waiting for you at home. You realize that, right? Yeah, okay? Because listen, I literally work 9 to 5, okay? And so did half of my city. So I'm stuck in rush hour traffic, which should only be a 20-minute drive from my house to work is an hour. An hour there, an hour back. 2 hours in the car, doing nothing. By the time you do get home, you are drained, exhausted, tired. You only have like 2 or 3 hours to spend with your spouse and your kids before it's time to put everyone to bed and do it again tomorrow. Just to be so excited for the weekend, but what are you really looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. Saturday is the only day that you truly have to yourself. And Sunday, you have to what? Prepare for the work week. So you gotta cook, clean, do laundry, groceries, and mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit waiting for you on Monday. That's not living. That's surviving. That's not life. You guys, no wonder I was so depressed. I had nothing in my life to look forward to. It was literally get up, go to work, come home, sleep. Every day, on repeat, week after week. Of course that's depressing. Who wouldn't be depressed? I had nothing exciting to do. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but the God I serve did not put me on this earth to be sitting around crying and hating life every day. Why would he create me for that? Why would he want to watch me just drink myself to sleep every day just because I can't figure out how to cope any other way? Why would he want that for me? Your life is worth more than paying bills. But some of y'all, fear has you in a chokehold that you don't even see it. There's purpose for your life. And it's not stressing about some damn rent. See, this whole time, I didn't think I had purpose. I didn't know what it was. But God showed it to me. And now I wake up every single day loving life. I can't even remember the last time I cried. I used to cry every day. Now I get to help people how I want to help. I get to be myself. And I get paid to do it. The beauty of 2025 technology is you can monetize anything. I don't care how stupid you think your idea is. I don't care who told you how far-fetched it is. It's not going to work. It's going to work. In 2025, you can monetize anything under the sun. Anything. Whatever your heart desires. But if you're not careful, fear will convince you that you can't. And you let it. You let it every day. I need you to get out of your head. Stop doubting your abilities because look at what you do every day. You are Superwoman. You are Superman. And if you can do that every day, you can easily do this. Now, let's talk about this content. In your content, write this down. You must be relatable, you must be authentic, and you must target people's pain points. Be relatable, be authentic, and target people's pain points, okay? People today, you guys, have very short attention spans, okay? If you don't get to the point in 2 seconds, 3 seconds, they're gone. And they ain't gonna watch none of your video, all right? Think about it. You do it, I do it, we all do it. You're on your For You page, you're scrolling through, you only give people a few seconds to get to the point, and you're out, okay? In order to get people to stop scrolling and start watching your content, we have to connect with their emotions, which means we have to target people's pain points. Write that down. We must target people's pain points, okay? Let me give you some examples. Throughout this live, you have heard me targeting yours, okay? You have heard me say things like, are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Are you tired of dragging yourself to a job that you hate? Are you tired of feeling overworked and underpaid? The minute you heard me say any of those things, I got you to stop scrolling. And you've been tuned in ever since. I don't care what your niche is. Doesn't matter. There are pain points in that niche. And you must make sure you say those things when you create your content. And for those of you guys who choose to go live. Because if we can get people to stop scrolling and start watching our content, then we can get people to start buying our products. Okay? If you're ready for sales tip number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. If you're ready for sales tip number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good afternoon. My name is Jasmine. I am teaching you how to build your online business. No, you do not need years of experience. I don't want to hear it. You just need to take notes. You need pen and paper, and you need the will to execute. You guys, this is about the 20th time I said it. The key word of this live is execution, okay? I'm beating it into your head because it doesn't matter what we talk about if you don't do none of the things that we're saying. Watching me every day is not going to put no money in your pockets if you don't do what I'm telling you to do. A lot of y'all are so addicted to scrolling social media every day. You watch live after live, video after video, but until you execute the things that people are telling you to do, I promise you, nothing will change. Hasn't that been proven to be true by now? At some point, you're going to have to stop watching and start doing. Okay? Sales tip number 2, write this down. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, they're not gonna buy. And if they don't trust you, they're not going to buy. So how do we get people to like us? Well, you're gonna do what I told you to do in your content. Be relatable, be authentic, target people's pain points. And please do not get in your head and say, well, Jazz, what if no one likes me? That's impossible. There are 8 billion people in this world. Somebody is bound to like you, okay? When you target people's pain points, when you're authentic, when you're relatable, you will build a community. And that community, those will be the people who buy your products, okay? And I used to be afraid of that too, thinking that nobody would like me. I'm from Virginia. I've lived in Virginia damn near my whole life, okay? I forgot there's a whole world outside of the state of Virginia. I forgot there's a whole world outside of the USA. You guys, when you post your content, it goes everywhere. You're an international superstar, okay? And I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm telling you that so you can realize how silly you sound when you say things like people not gonna like you. There are people all over this world who are waiting to hear what you have to say. You have the solution to people's problems. They need you. But because you won't get out your head, you're depriving them of the opportunity to be helped. You guys, I have people inside Glow Up Academy from all over the world. Seriously. I have students in there from Germany, Australia, Jamaica, Barbados, the UK, Canada. I did a one-on-one Zoom. She was in Austria. People are waiting to hear from you. They need you. But you want to overthink. You want to second guess. You want to be perfect. What if I allowed fear to stop me this afternoon and I didn't even get on this live? Then you wouldn't even be sitting here listening to this message because I would have been in my head. I need you to get out of your head and post the content. Seriously. Now, we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay. Well, how do we get people to know us? You guys, I'm never going to tell you to do something that I don't do or that I wouldn't do. I need you to go live. Going live is by far the best way, hands down, to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it is the best way. Why? Because it allows people to get a sense of your energy and your vibes. It allows people to connect with you, interact, engage, and it allows you to promote your products. Now, some of y'all hard-headed as hell, and you're gonna say, Jazz, that's great, but I don't wanna go live. And I'm gonna just say, fine. Don't. Listen, I'm not the coach that's going to try to convince you of anything. You don't want to go live? Don't go live. Whatever. But I will remind you, you also said you didn't want to go to work. But you go every day. It amazes me how you'll bust your ass at that job to build someone else's business. But you refuse, absolutely not, to bust your ass to build yours. Okay. You know they can fire you if they want to. They could lay you off. You realize you're just an employee ID number to them, right? Okay. Your job can be taken from you. Budget cuts. Just piss off the right person. You're out of there. But when you build your business, that's yours. It can't be taken from you. You're not going to fire yourself. You're not going to lay yourself off. But don't do it. Now, some of y'all are like, I would go live, Jazz. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just live shy. I'm a little nervous. It's totally different. That just makes you a human, okay? Congratulations, you are a functioning human. Listen, it's normal to be shy. You don't have much experience. That's all this is. It's because you don't have much experience doing it. That's it. It's not because you suck at life. It's not because this isn't meant for you. It's just because you don't have enough reps. You haven't done it enough. Maybe you did it once 2 years ago. You don't commit to doing it, which is why you feel the way you feel, anxious, nervous, shy. But I promise you, if you're still watching this live, that lets me know you trust me. Otherwise, you would have left. Well, I need you to trust this. If you just consistently go live, I promise you, without a doubt, you will get to the point where you're no longer nervous. But the only way to get to that point is to just do it. You're just gonna have to do it. You're just gonna have to suck it up and do it. Like you suck it up to go to that job every morning and you just do it. Same thing. Everything that you've accomplished in your life only got accomplished because you kept doing it. Listen, believe it or not, you did not always know how to walk. Now you walk just fine because you did it every day. There was a point you didn't know how to read. Now you read just fine because you did it every day. There was a point where you didn't know how to drive. Now you drive just fine because you do it every day. So just imagine if you went live. Exactly. Go live. Now, we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, well, how do we get people to trust us? You guys, there's a reason why I'm telling you to post every day, and it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post every day is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. Thank you, Marvelous. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock, but most people work extremely hard for their money, okay? Most people are on their feet all day. A lot of people work very physically strenuous jobs. Like think about Amazon workers, mailroom workers, people who work in factories and warehouses. They're lifting heavy stuff all day. There are a lot of people who work 12 and 16-hour shifts every single day. And there are a lot of people who only make minimum wage. So sure, maybe your ebook is only $14.99, but to a lot of people, they had to work a whole hour for that. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, well, that's going to require you to be trustworthy, which means you must be consistent. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, I want to do an exercise with you. For those of y'all who don't have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. But for those of you guys who do, but you're struggling to make sales, I'm talking to you. First of all, we got to remove the ego and the pride, okay? No pride, no ego in business. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And there's nothing that anyone can teach you that you don't already know. You think you are perfect the way you are. And I'm going to let you think that. I'm not going to convince you otherwise. Just know pride comes before the fall. Now, for those of y'all who can remove the ego and pride, you recognize that there's always room for improvement. Your ego and pride, I need you to go to your profile. Now, write this down. Don't ever forget. The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves. So I need you to be honest here. Is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? I also need you to ask yourself this. You got to be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer is no to some, one, or all of those questions, you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because you can fix it. It can be fixed. That's the beauty with life, you guys. That's the beauty with business. That's the beauty with everything we talked about on this live. You have the power to fix anything that's not giving you the results that you want. So if it's not clear as day who you are, what you do, how you can help people, then freaking fix it. It's not that hard, okay? You can fix anything. But the problem is that fear that you hold on to convinces you that you can't. You believe that you're trapped. And you believe that the way things are today is how it's going to be next month, next year, and until the day you die. I used to think that too, but I'm here to tell you that's not true. You can fix it, but the problem is you choose not to. That's the problem. See, most of you guys are not lacking information. That's not your problem. Absolutely not. A lot of y'all have more information than you even know what to do with. You are on information overload. You have convinced yourself that if you just watch more videos and more lives, it'll all make sense and then you'll finally get done. No, that's not your problem. See, maybe you didn't know that ChatGPT will write your ebook, but I told you this afternoon, so you know now. But my question is, what are you going to do with that information? Most of y'all, not a damn thing. Maybe you didn't know YouTube is the most watched platform, but I just told you about 30 minutes ago, so what are you going to do with that information? Most of y'all, absolutely nothing. Maybe you didn't know that people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust, but I told you that about 10 minutes ago, so what are you going to do with that? Most of y'all, absolutely nothing. Your problem isn't lack of information. Your problem is lack of implementation. Meaning you don't execute shit. Which is why I made the key word of this live execution, because you don't do that. You are the person who continuously talks about what they're gonna do, but you never just keep quiet and get it done. You're the person who's always talking about Monday, 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 and tomorrow, 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 but yet those days never seem to show up for you. You're the person who has excuse after excuse. You procrastinate and procrastinate some more, and you never get anything done. And then you wonder why you're in the same place that you've been in. In order for you to change your circumstances, it's going to require you to change. Ouch. Yeah, it's you. It's not anyone else. You are the reason why you're not getting things done. But a lot of y'all, your ego won't accept it. You want to convince yourself that it's other things, when in reality, it's you. You're the problem. And until you fix you, nothing for you in your life will be fixed. A business does not just fall in your lap. You have to work for it. Sales don't just come to you without anything. You had to show up for it. And you're not doing that. And then you wonder why you're not getting things done. You're not getting things done because you choose not to. You're trying to step into entrepreneurship. That's what you're doing. We've been talking about business all live. Building a business, being content creators. That's entrepreneurship. That's business ownership. But who you are today does not align with who you're trying to be. You're trying to be an entrepreneur. I don't care what your goals are. If you're trying to sell something to a stranger, that's a business. But again, there are things about you that must change in order to reach that. And until you change that, you won't reach that. You have to change. You're the problem. You're the reason why. And yes, change is hard, which is why most people don't change. We all know people in our life, our family, our friends, who have literally had the same ways ever since you knew them. Am I lying? Got the same attitude, the same excuses, the same problems. Ain't nothing about them changed. Most people don't change because most people can't accept the fact that they're the problem. Again, people have too much ego, too much pride. So they'd rather just blame everybody else than blame themselves. Listen, in order to be a successful business owner, entrepreneur, if you want to run a successful business, whatever success means for you, it doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong answer. Again, maybe success for you is peace. Being able to sleep peacefully at night, not stressing about bills. Maybe success for you is freedom, being able to do what you want, when you want, and how you want to do it. Maybe success for you is a particular dollar amount that you can live off of and then some. Stuff to pass down to your kids, doesn't matter. In order to run a successful business, you are going to have to be accountable, consistent, and disciplined. You must be those three things if you truly want a successful business, and you're struggling horribly with that. But the crazy thing is, you know how to do that in other parts of your life. When it comes to your job that you hate so much, you are still consistent, you are still accountable, and you are still disciplined. You go to work even when you don't want to. Even when you're tired, you still go. Even when you're sick, you still get up out your bed and you carry your ass to work. You have already said they overwork you and underpay you, but you're still there. You bring that company in millions, if not billions, just for them to have the audacity to turn around and only give you a 2% raise. That's the best they can do? Really? How the hell can you keep up with inflation like that? You can't, which is why you're struggling now. But again, you still go. Accountable, consistent, disciplined. When it comes to your kids, you love your kids. You're accountable, you're consistent, and you're disciplined as hell. Even when you don't feel like being a parent, you still parent. Even when you're tired, you still get up and you parent your kids. Even when you're sick, you still get up out your bed. You still cook, clean, help them with their homework, do all of the things. A lot of times, your kids don't even realize how broke you truly are. They don't have a clue. Because you will be damned if your kids go without. Not on your watch. Absolutely not. You always make sure your kids have everything that they need and want. The holidays are coming up. And some of y'all might not be able to afford half the crap on their list. But I know this. You're going to figure out how to get it. So if that means you got to work 30 hours and 24 hours, you're going to figure out how to get it done because you love your kids. You're accountable, consistent, and disciplined. But again, for some reason, when it comes to you, when it comes to your goals, your dreams, something that's just going to make you happy for once, some of you have never put yourself first. You don't even know what that feels like, especially as women. Some of us have no clue what it feels like to put ourselves first. For once, you put everyone and everything before you. Your husband, your kids, your family, your parents. Everyone always comes before you. Everyone and everything. But the minute you have an opportunity to do this one thing that'll change your life and the life of your family, you're not doing it. No consistency, no discipline, no accountability at all. The minute you don't feel like it, you just don't. The minute you're too tired, you just don't. When you do have free time, let's be real, 95% of you do have free time at some point throughout the day. But you're not spending it on your business. Absolutely not. You're watching Netflix movies for hours. You are scrolling social media for hours. You are gossiping on the phone with your girlfriends for hours. Just wasting time, distracting yourself, trying to escape. That's what distractions are. It's a form of escapism. You would rather escape a life that you're not 1,000% happy with instead of just lock in and create a life that you no longer feel the need to distract yourself from. And you do this every day. And until you decide to change, nothing for you will change. Not one thing. You are going to have to change. It's inevitable. This was by far the toughest lesson I had to learn in my own journey of life. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a reflection of the choices you make. I'm gonna say that again. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices you make. So for those of you guys struggling financially, your finances and the direction it's going in is a reflection of the choices you make. Now, most people have ego problems, okay? Most people can't admit they're the problem. So your ego is gonna kick in right now and say, Jazz, that's not true. It's the economy. It's the president. It's not my fault. Yes, it is. It's your fault. And I'm going to tell you why. Times have been hard. This did not happen last night. Food prices have been on the rise for years. The days have been long gone where you could take $200 for a family of 4 and feed them for the month. That's been over for a very long time. But every day, you choose to do nothing about it. Rent prices have been high for years. This did not happen last month. But every day, you choose to do nothing about it. See, you could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be generating sales today. You could have worked on that YouTube channel 3 months ago. It would be monetized today. You could have started that TikTok account last month. You would be building your audience today. But every day, you choose to do nothing. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to make excuses. You choose to distract. The version of me that y'all see today is a direct reflection of all the changes I had to make. See, I used to struggle with a lot of things you struggled with. That's how I know. That's how I can speak on it today. I used to have excuses for years. Excuse after excuse. Procrastinate over and over. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. My favorite was Monday. I'm gonna start on Monday. Monday never came. Never showed up. I used to talk to myself negatively. I was my biggest bully. I used to say mean things to myself. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I can't. I used to say I can't all the time. How can you run a business telling yourself what you can't do? You can't. I used to call myself ugly. How can I feel good about myself if I'm literally sitting here calling myself ugly? You can't. All that had to change. It all had to change. The biggest distraction that I struggled with was alcoholism. See, I started that toxic ass habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that when I quit, because I quit on a whim, you would have thought all that would have went away. No. Actually, it got worse. See, at least when I was at work, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours. But now I'm home, I quit, it's COVID. Everything's shut down. I have nothing but time to distract. And I took full advantage. And I used to drink all the time. See, I was trying to build a business, the same things that you do. Watching TikTok coach after TikTok coach, watching YouTube video after YouTube video, just trying to convince myself that if I just get more information, it's gonna all make sense and the sales are just gonna come pouring in. But it's not working. And I'm getting really pissed off with God because he told me to quit. He told me the time was now. He's the one that planted the seed in my head and said, Jazz, this is the opportunity. They got stimulus going on. You can collect unemployment. This is the time for you to build your business. So I quit and the business isn't building. And if I don't figure it out quick, things are going to start getting shut off. I'm running out of money. See, I thought I was being productive, but I wasn't. I was drinking. Remember I told you the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself? See, I used to lie to myself all the time. And the reason why we lie to ourselves is because we're trying to protect our ego, okay? We don't want to feel bad about ourselves. We don't want to feel guilty. We don't want to feel shame. So we make up lies to feel better about ourselves because admitting the truth is painful. So I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not a drunk. Because alcoholics have to drink as soon as they wake up. That was the lie I ran with. Even though I'm drinking all damn day, every day, I'm not alcoholic if I don't start my morning with alcohol. That's the lie I made up to myself to feel better. Okay, Jazz. Denial. But it's like you get to a point where God sits you down and he makes you confront yourself. It's like you can't keep running from yourself. Eventually you hit a brick wall. And I had to ask myself, Jazz, what the hell are we doing? You said you wanted a business. You've been begging God for this business. You see all the potential. You see other people doing it. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep doing what we're doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing? Or are we going to change? I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. I haven't had a drink in 4 years. I will never touch alcohol again. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. Now, I'm finally posting consistently. Wasn't doing that before. I was always drunk. Now, my platforms are growing. Now, I'm making sales. Now I'm more confident in myself. I never had confidence before. Now I'm starting to believe in myself. I'm starting to trust myself. I'm starting to show up for myself, all because I decided to change. This whole time, I thought God didn't hear not one prayer. He heard me loud and clear, but what I was asking him for required me to change who I was. I had been asking him for a business for a very long time, years upon years upon years. But I wasn't the person that I needed to be in order to obtain the business that I was praying for. What a lot of you fail to realize is in order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. You can't have both worlds. You just can't do it. In order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. In order for me to get the business that I wanted, I was going to have to give up excuses. I was going to have to give up procrastination. I was going to have to give up negative self-talk. I was going to have to give up alcohol. But once I gave those things up, the floodgates of heaven opened for me. I got way more than I even imagined. God over-delivered. He gave me abundance on top of abundance on top of abundance. All because I decided to change. For those of you guys who want to change, heavy on the want, then I want to help you. See, I can't help people who don't want it, nor should I. If you are 1000% happy with the way your life is going and the results that you're getting, then respectfully, who am I to tell you to change it? If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you're not 1000% happy and you want to change it, then I want to help you. See, I'm going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch. I don't care where you're at in your journey. I don't care how much experience you have or don't. Doesn't matter. Everything that you need to be successful on these online streets, I'm going to give you. Whether you want to be on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, it doesn't matter. I'm everywhere on the internet. I'm going to help you grow it. No matter what type of digital product you want to sell, whether it's an ebook, an e-course, a private community, doesn't freaking matter. I'm going to show you how. You want to build your community and your audience? You want to monetize your content? I'm monetized everywhere. I'll show you how. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business, I'm going to also teach you how to become the version of yourself that you must become in order to actually get it done. See, a lot of y'all still believe that you just need the information. No, you don't. Because I could tell you exactly how to monetize your YouTube channel in 3 months and you're still not going to do it. You're still going to make excuses. That has to change. I could tell you exactly what to say on TikTok Live to convert sales verbatim, and you're still not going to do it. You're still going to sit there and say, I can't. I'm not good enough. They're all going to laugh at me. That has to change. Your mindset is what's keeping you stuck. It's not your environment. It's not your family. It's not your friends. It's you and the things you got going on up here. And until we lock in together and fix it, nothing will change. You are your own worst enemy. You are limiting yourself. You have placed limitations on you, but I want to help you let go of those limitations. When you lock in with me inside Glow Up Academy, there are no limits to your greatness. That ceiling that you drew for yourself or that you allowed other people to draw on you, that disappears. There's no ceiling for you. You need community. You need support. You need someone to cheer for you. You get all that inside of Glow Up Academy. Glow Up Academy is the space where not only do you learn how to build your business, but you also learn how to build yourself. Because until you build yourself, there will be no business. Because you are holding yourself back. But it doesn't have to stay that way. When you join Glow Up Academy, you are now locked in with me. And even if you stop cheering for yourself, even if those old habits of yours try to make their way back in, I am right there, one message away, reminding you of how amazing you are and how you can do this too. If I can do it, and if hundreds of my students could do it, so can you. For those of you guys who are ready, let me show you how to join. We'll start with TikTok and then I'll show YouTube. YouTube, your instructions are a little bit different. TikTok, in order for you guys to log in, you're gonna click on my profile. Now TikTok number 2, this one right here, my profile looks a little bit different because this is my backup account, but the links are all still the same. You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ at the top. Click Glow Up Lounge again right here at the bottom. You're gonna click this red button that says open. And you're gonna click this top button that says Glow Up Academy. And then here we are. This is my Skool community. It is only $39 a month to change your life. It is only $39 a month to monetize your passions. It's only $39 a month to finally build peace, build freedom, and build your empire. Click on this yellow button right here to join. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a little bit different, okay? You have to leave the live. You're gonna come to my YouTube channel and click on this link right here that says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then when you click on that, you'll click on this top button right here that says Glow Up Academy, okay? And it will take you right to where you need to be. Now, I only let 10 people in at a time. I only let 10 people in at a time. 2 people have already joined, so we got 8 slots left. Listen, believe it or not, not everybody has the same problem, okay? Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a product, no audience. Some people have a million ideas, but I always tell you guys, money flows where energy goes. So we gotta lock in on one idea. We gotta let that flourish, and then we can start our other ideas, okay? A lot of us have our hands in too many baskets, which is why nothing gets done. We gotta focus on one thing. And some of you guys have no idea what kind of business you wanna build. That's fine. We'll work on it together. We'll figure out what your passions are, what things you really like to do, and that will be your business, okay? So it doesn't matter where you're at in your journey, I can help you. But I've noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time is just too overwhelming for me. I'm not able to pour into everyone the way they deserve, and I don't like that. So that's why I cap it at 10. And then once I remove the link, nobody else can join until I'm ready to allow people back in, okay? Also too, I am gonna set a timer for us because I believe people who truly want better for their life, they don't drag their feet with it. You know, I can't convince you of anything, okay? I can't convince you to wanna not live paycheck to paycheck. I can't convince you of that. That's something you have to arrive on your own, okay? Now, once you realize you don't wanna live paycheck to paycheck no more, well, now I step in and I help you get out of that. But I can't convince you to want more for your life than that, okay? And I'm not gonna try. But people who know they want more, those are the people who are gonna enroll. Those are the people who are not gonna think twice. Those are the people who are gonna move. And those are the people that I can help, okay? So I'm gonna set us a timer for 10 minutes. And then once the timer goes off, we're closing it out, okay? Again, TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then here at the bottom, Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on this red button that says open. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy, right here. And then here we are. It's only $39 a month, okay? And I don't wanna hear about the price because the minute you go to Chick-fil-A, you're ready. You're spending $16 on an entree when you know you got chicken at home. You in the Starbucks line, spending $15, $16 on a cup of coffee when you can make coffee at home. The minute Netflix tells you it's time to pay that subscription, you're ready. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But for some reason, for some of y'all, when it's time to invest $39 into changing your life, making more money, now we got pushback. Now we got to think about it. Now we got to second guess. Now we got to overthink some more. Now we got to debate whether or not we're even worthy of it. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. Good afternoon. Because as soon as you step outside, you spent well over $39. Okay? And for those of you guys who are joining, do not leave, okay? Listen, as soon as I get off of live, I hop right into Glow Up Academy and I start talking to you, trying to figure out what you've tried, what hasn't worked, what is working, what are your ideas, and we structure everything together. So please do not leave. If you join, I need you to come back because there's a message waiting for you, okay? Now, we spent a lot of time talking about Canva, chat, putting it together, creating that digital product. Now we have to sell it. We got to lock in on sales, you guys. Sales, like I said, is 80% of the business. 80% of the business is sales. So if we do not get that right, we don't have a business. And that's where most people fail. Not because it's so hard, but because of the things that they believe about sales. Again, this goes back to mindset. Everything that is holding you back in your business and in your life all starts with your headspace. It all starts with your lack of execution. It all starts with your inability to just lock in. It all starts with the excuses that you refuse to let go of. It all starts with the fear that you refuse to let go of. Absolutely me. You're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Again, remember TikTok number 2, this one right here. This is my backup, so the profile looks a little bit different, but the link is still the same. You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ at the top, and then Glow Up Lounge again. And then click on this red button that says open. And this top button, Glow Up Academy, right here. And then here we are. It's only $39 a month. You can cancel anytime. Also to you guys, we do live coaching calls in here every single Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Thursday we're live. This is your opportunity to ask questions that you need, things that you need help with, feedback, whatever it is. I need you to come to the sessions. Also, I also work with you guys in real time. If you can't make it, maybe you work that time, maybe you have stuff with your kids, that's fine because the replays are still available. So you're still not missing any of the information. Everything is there. And my inbox is always open for you, okay? I don't care what question you have. I don't care what kind of feedback you need. I respond to all of my students. Every last one. I want you in my inbox. I want you asking questions. I want you getting feedback. I want you getting advice. This is what being a coach is, and I take my job very seriously. I do my best to be a walking example for my students. Every single thing that I told you guys on this live to do, I do. Every last thing. I'm not going to tell you to do something that I don't even do. That's hypocrisy. I believe in leading by example. Okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a little bit different. You're going to leave the live. Thank you. You're going to come to my YouTube channel and click on this link right here that says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then you're gonna click on this button again, Glow Up Academy right here, top button, okay? It'll take you right to where you need to be. Do you guys have any questions for me? We have 7 slots left for the 3 people who joined. Like I said, hang tight, I'm coming. As soon as I get off of live, I'm hopping right in there. We have 5 minutes left. For those of you guys who said you wanted help, where are you at? Where are you at? The minute it's time to invest, now we're disappearing on ourselves. Now we're second guessing. Now we're trying to calculate if it's worth it. Make it make sense, please. What did we say? Until you change, nothing for you changes. We talked about this, and you already know that to be true. I didn't have to convince you of that. You already knew that. You already knew that. But then no, you're making the conscious decision to stay stagnant. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. It is October 2025. If you don't believe time is passing by quickly, you must be high. because time is moving fast. Some of you guys had business goals at the beginning of the year. 2025, January 1. New year, new me, new money, new business. Ain't nothing new about you. The only thing new is new excuses. You didn't lock in on anything. Not one thing. You started and then you stopped. I know I'm talking to somebody. You started and then you stopped. You were in that gym for 1 week. Ain't been back since. You posted one TikTok video. Ain't post nothing since. Hello. And then you have the audacity to be confused as to why the business isn't businessing. It's not businessing because you choose for it to not business. That's why it's not businessing. Okay? Absolutely. Do you guys have any questions for me? Also too, you guys make sure you follow me so you don't lose me. Listen, they do steal my videos. And they make fake accounts and then they turn around and message you. Okay, so please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled. One of these TikTok streets, y'all don't do it. Because they're coming for you. They're coming for you. What do you mean? You should be able to click on it. Just do it the way I showed you, babe. Click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Here we are. Click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. Again, Glow Up Lounge HQ right here at the bottom. It's bottom button. Red button that says open. Click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy. Right here. Join, $39 a month, yellow button. Okay? Absolutely. Any questions for me, you guys? You guys have 2 minutes and we're closing it out. For those of y'all who joined, I see y'all's messages. I'm coming. Like I said, as soon as I get off of live, I'm hopping right in. I see 2 of y'all's messages. I'm coming. Just hang tight. As soon as I get off of live, I'm coming right in there to start talking to you, okay? Again, make sure y'all follow me if you haven't already. They do steal my videos, okay? Any last questions? Please do not inbox me, ask me no questions. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I used to respond to inboxes, but I decided to stop. My energy is for my students and the live. I poured in, gave you 2 hours of energy. If you want more energy, you are going to have to invest in yourself. Thank you, Judy. You are going to have to enroll in Glow Up Academy. That is my boundary. Absolutely. You need to have boundaries for your life as well. If you don't, I need you to get some. You got 2 hours. There's no more energy. The energy is in Glow Up Academy, okay? So if you have more questions, if you want more guidance, more motivation, more all of the things, you must join Glow Up Academy. That's where the energy is. That's where the motivation is. That's where the education is. That's where the transformation is. It's not on TikTok. It's not in the DMs. No, it is not. No, it is not. It is inside Glow Up Academy, okay? Any more questions? Going once, going twice. Fair enough. I'm not going to convince you. One last thing I want to leave you guys with before we head off of here. One last thing. Listen, I need you guys to understand this. People only move when they're ready, not a moment before, not a minute before, okay? It doesn't matter how good your product is. It doesn't matter how much you can help them. Until people are ready to move, they're not moving nowhere. Think about it like a friend who's in a toxic relationship. Maybe she calls you every day, telling you what he done did, what he done said. She's always crying, always hurt, always depressed. And you know for a fact that if she left that man alone, her life would be so much better. She would feel better, she would look better, everything about her life would transform. You know that to be true. But until she's ready to leave, she's not leaving. And there's nothing you can do about it. Same applies to Glow Up Academy. I seen y'all's messages. I heard you. I seen your comments. You want help. You're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You want to believe in yourself. You want a business. And Glow Up Academy has a solution to all of your problems. Every last one. And I know that if you enrolled, your whole life would change. I know that. I say that with my chest. But you're not ready to change. You're still in the complaining phase. You're still in the venting phase. You're still in the shoulda, woulda, coulda phase. And there is nothing that I can say to you that's going to convince you otherwise, which is why I don't convince. I don't convince. And until you're ready to move, you're not going to move. But when you're ready, when you're tired of complaining, when you're tired of struggling, I'll be right here to help you. Until then, keep complaining, keep venting, keep struggling, okay? I enjoyed you guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. For those of y'all who joined, I'm hopping in now. For those of you guys who didn't, keep doing what you're doing, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing Tuesday.